Hello, everyone. I'm Sam Shafer, and I serve as the CEO of Integrated Services for Behavioral Health. About a year ago, we started working on the strategic plan process, and we were actively in it, and Caitlin stayed on board to support us from a technical assistance, and we just started doing our marketing work, I'm going to say maybe 3 months ago. As an organization, we have been around for nearly 30 years, but never really used a strategic plan. So we had a lot of work to do. So just to, kind of level set where we were starting from, the beautiful part is the strategic plan and what they were guiding us through was happening at the exact same time where we were really learning to talk to one another as a larger leadership team. Even though those are complicated things to do at the same time, it was a really great vehicle for us to practice what mattered to us as a group. What are we going to do as a group? What are we going to focus on as a group for the future? Where does this organization need the most effort right now? The other thing, that the work on the strategic plan has allowed us to do in the way that the Benefactor Group designed it is it's ingrained in every week. Every week we are talking about it. Every week we are checking in. So it's not this thing that we created and then that we put away. Like every week we're looking at it to say, are we on track? Are we off track? And then we have these monthly and quarterly measures that we're looking at that keep us even more accountable to that. And that was what was really important to us, is that we didn't want to waste time creating a plan we were never going to look at again. We needed something that was going to guide us. I believe that Caitlin and Steve care about our plan and they care about the success of it. And that feels very different than someone that just created a really nice spreadsheet for you. That matters a lot. The one place that, we're really trying to work on next is how do we, and this is sort of now where we're working with communications and marketing with the Benefactor Group, is how do we communicate this across the organization to many different listeners, right? If we talk about we're going to be over 800 people or more in the next year, how do you make the strategic plan and what it's driving us towards meaningful to all the listeners among those 800 people? And so that's sort of our next step with the strategic plan. The accessibility, the really strong communication, and again, just the belief that Steve and Caitlin cared about what we did, and what I'll say on, what we've been working with the other group, it's the same. It is a knowledge that we don't have that is shining through. It is a same as Caitlin and Steve. It is a sitting with us when we talk about the uncomfortable newness. Like, it's been a great experience. High points are, we completed a plan, and we're using it. We're actively using it. But the other thing I want to call out that came to mind as you were asking that question is, and I'm sure that this isn't unique to us, but we had a few moments where the conversations were tough. We had some complicated moments in our strategic planning development. If you're going to be an organization that's making a meaningful strategic plan, it's probably going to come with some disagreement if you've got the right people at the table. And knowing that you have consultants that can guide you through those intentionally complicated, sometimes tense moments is important. Otherwise, you're not going to get what you need from those moments. If they're consultants that are like, oh, we should just take a break right now. Sometimes we need to stay in that moment and then take a break. Right? Or we need to take a break, but we got to come back to that moment. Steve and Caitlin were able to do that. And I think that that's really important.